Terror in the Skies. I'm Rebecca Lieb.
I'm Jason Horton.
And this is Ghost Town.
Alfred Hitchcock's 1963 film, The Birds, tells a story of a sudden and unexplained series of violent bird attacks on the residents of Bodega Bay, California. However, for the town of Capitola, California, art imitates life in a terrifying way. This is the story of the mysterious bird attacks of Capitola. Capitola is a charming coastal town in Santa Cruz County, California. It's known for its picturesque beaches, vibrant art scene, and historical significance. However, in the late 1950s and early 1960s, Capitola became the center of an eerie phenomenon that puzzled residents and scientists alike. A series of bizarre bird attacks that would later inspire Alfred Hitchcock's iconic film, The Birds. The most notable incident occurred on the night of August 18, 1961. Residents of Capitola were startled by seabirds, primarily sooty shearwaters, crashing into their homes and streets. These birds, typically found over the open ocean, exhibited highly unusual behavior, slamming into walls, windows, and even people. The sheer number of birds and their erratic actions left the community in a state of panic and confusion. Initially, there was no clear explanation for the birds' strange behavior. Several theories emerged over the years. Capitola is known for its foggy coastal weather, which can sometimes disorient birds. However, the sheer scale and intensity of the attacks suggested that the fog alone could not be the sole cause. A more plausible explanation came from marine biologists who suggest that the birds might have been poisoned by toxins from algae blooms. Sooty shearwaters feed on fish and plankton, which can accumulate harmful toxins during red tide events. These toxins, particularly domoic acid, can cause neurological issues, leading to disorientation and aggressive behavior in birds.
I've heard about this. Remember when this summer there were some neon shorelines? It was like blue waves and things like that. People were talking about how great it was and how magical. And it was. I went out one of the years to go see it. But then other people were talking about how the plankton that creates that is actually incredibly harmful. And this makes sense. It's like a direct correlation. You get birds that may or may not have ingested this thing and attack people on the coastline.
Another theory suggests that birds were simply starving and exhausted after long migratory flights. This could have driven them to fly inland in a frantic search for food. The events in Capitola caught the attention of Alfred Hitchcock, who was already an established filmmaker known for his suspenseful and thrilling movies. Hitchcock's interest was piqued by a newspaper article about the bird attacks. He later used these real-life events as inspiration for his 1963 film, The Birds. While the film's storyline diverges significantly from the actual events in Capitola, the eerie and inexplicable nature of the bird attacks served as a compelling foundation for the movie's chilling premise. In the years following the Capitola bird attacks, scientists have conducted various studies to understand the phenomenon better. Research on algal blooms and their impact on marine life have advanced significantly, providing a clearer picture of how toxins like domoic acid can affect birds' neurological functions. These findings support the theory that the Capitola incidents were likely caused by toxic poisoning from contaminated food sources.
We have to stop destroying the world, I guess.
And this is 1961.
I know, that's the scariest part.
The bird attacks in Capitola remain a fascinating and unsettling chapter in the town's history. They highlight the complexities of ecological interactions and the potential consequences of environmental changes. For the residents who lived through these strange nights, the events are a vivid reminder of nature's unpredictability.
Absolutely.
Today, Capitola embraces its connection to Hitchcock's film and the mysterious bird attacks, with occasional nods to the events in local history tours and cultural references. The incidents have left its mark on the town, intertwining real-life mystery with cinematic legend.
But what about the merch? Tell me about the merch.